episode is brought to you by smoothmyballs.com. Visit smoothmyballs.com, use code NOTHALFDAD at checkout to save up to $10 off of your next order.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please?
For he's a jolly good fellow, for he's a jolly good fellow, for he's a jolly good fellow.
Say my name.
I am your father. Real wise liberal.
Hey, big boy.
Oakley dokley doo.
Are you little? Let's rock.
Hey, it's Dan, and this is the Not Half Dad podcast. And this guy over here to my side, he's the Techna to my color. Aaron.
I like that.
You like that?
Yeah, that's good.
The Techna to my color. Hey,
good.
I used that because we are actually, if you're listening to us on the podcast networks, audio, now we have live and in color, well, not live, but in color, the video of the podcast.
It's true.
You could check us out on YouTube, and if you're watching this, you already are checking us out on YouTube, but we're trying something new here, and already I'm having more fun than last time.
I know. It's been like 30 seconds.
I know, and this is just
Blast.
a wonderful thing,
So good.
So bear with us in case we have any technical difficulties. It is the first time, but trust me.
We're working on it. Producer Bob is with us.
Yeah, producer Bob.
What's going on, Bob?
Yeah, Bob is here, and on top of that too, Bob, actually, he's got himself a new desk.
He does.
So he's got a little upgrade.
So I wanted to surprise Bob and you.
Okay.
I set up his own scene, his own camera, so people are actually going to see him. So you actually have a button there. You can press, so it'll go to Bob.
Okay.
You can.
Yeah.
I actually forgot to set up the camera. I'm so sorry.
Oh, Bob, that's no. It's we thought that you were going to be on there. It's
I didn't do it on. I definitely didn't do it on purpose.
technical.
My bad.
Yeah, he's getting a little mad
Whoops.
about it. Sorry, Bob.
Sorry.
No. Hey, be nice. Be nice. Okay, well, we'll work on it next week.
You'll be all right.
We'll have it back on there. Let me just make sure that it. Yeah, no, he's not.
Sorry about that.
Well, he's got a smile on his face.
That's right.
so
hey.
we'll describe you.
If you do want to get a good glimpse of Bob, you can actually go to our merch store, and we have an All Hail Producer Bob shirt that's available there right now. Go check it out.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. It's
true.
And he's still going to his head a little bit, I think. But that's okay. You're going to have things like this.
It'll be all right.
So today's episode, we wanted to do something I think is very important.
What's that?
That is doing it yourself.
Dan, do you like to do it yourself?
I do indeed like to do it myself. I will wait till the last possible minute before I call the professionals. After I've already broke it, snapped it, cracked it, and there's no turning back, then I don't do it myself. Then I call the professionals. But I like to try to exhaust all possibilities.
It depends on what it is.
Yes, it depends on what it is. And in going with that, I actually, remodeled a basement here recently.
Yeah.
And we're going to get into this because I learned a lot of stuff when it came to that. I learned a lot of little tricks of the trade that came along with that. And you've got a lot of do-it-yourself stuff that you do.
Yeah, like I said, it depends on what it is. If it's stuff like painting, or if it's stuff like I fixed a leaky sink before, or, I can do stuff like that. I can build some. I'm telling a story.
Oh no, hold on.
So, like I was saying.
Welcome to Dan's DIY Corner. What do you think of that?
What the hell just happened?
That's
hell?
I've got every time. All right, I've got a little DIY tips that I want to throw out there to you guys, and that's my intro for it.
I was in the middle of
Well, it's
talking.
It was. I think I felt like a good moment to do it. I'm going to give you 5 little DIY do-it-yourself tips that you can use. Sorry, Aaron. I'm sorry. Well, okay. We'll do it. Number 1, think of it this way: make your life a little bit easier by sticking a paper clip to the end of a roll of duct tape. I always have trouble with that. I always have trouble trying to get that little piece of duct tape. I can put a paper clip at the end of there. Freeze your pillowcases before hopping into bed on a hot night. Now, Aaron, have you ever done that?
No.
Froze your pillowcases?
No, I haven't.
Are you going to try it?
Probably not.
Okay. Number 3 is paint your keys to never get them confused. Now, I do this. I don't paint them, but I get the little caps that go over my keys.
I don't do that.
You don't do that? You just know where your house key is?
I have one house key.
Well, but you have car keys.
I have a
Shed key.
I don't have a shed key.
Gate key.
Nope.
To get into your gated community. You have...
No, that's retinal scan.
Oh, okay, all right. Yeah, I knew you guys were up to date on all the new tech. I paint my keys. It helps when I'm trying to get in late at night. Store your styling tools in a magazine rack. That's a good one right there. And then we've got 2 more. Neatly store your wrapping paper in garment bags. Now, I'm the type at the end of the holiday season. I don't want to keep I don't want to keep rolls of wrapping paper around, because they get all over the place and they start coming undone. But now I'm going to go out and buy some garment bags and put them in garment bags. Keep your garden green with an old water bottle. Just take and you put the hose at the end of the water bottle and you poke a bunch of holes in it and it'll squirt out instead of just in one spot. It'll squirt out in many different directions. So anyway, that was the end of the Dan's DIY Corner.
Almost feel like you should have hit that button again.
I won't put you through it. All right. So anyway,
Thanks.
Today it's all about DIY, do it yourself, and our dads had to do it themselves back in the day. And Aaron, what a time they had.
Well, back in my day.
Let's take a stroll down memory lane.
You feel better about it?
Guess so. Maybe we should give it to Bob. He should be doing it.
No. Bob's got enough stuff that he needs to do back there. What do you do back there? You just don't. We're on camera now. I could turn this camera around and they can see you doing that.
Don't do it.
It's a bad finger.
Don't do it.
That's the nerve of that guy. Anyway, so Aaron,
Yeah.
our dads,
Yeah.
would you consider them handy men?
I would actually consider both my parents pretty handy.
Yeah. Your mother was also pretty
Oh, yeah.
handy?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. My mom could, besides the home repairs and that kind of stuff that Dad knows, Mom would be right up there with him, painting the walls and, moving stuff around, and she gets right in the mix of stuff. She's a do-it-yourselfer. My mom.
Does she like to do it herself?
Aaron, why do you... Why you be so creepy? Now you're on camera being creepy when you say it.
I don't care.
So anyway, yes, your mom is like that as well then.
Well, my mom actually, when I was a kid, she actually rented a house in Peoria, and then when I was in I think 6th grade, she actually bought a house down the street, and then spent 5 months completely remodeling it herself.
Wow, no kidding.
Stripping ripping the carpet out, sanding the hardwood floor, staining it, doing the backs. Like, she did everything. She gutted the whole kitchen, gutted the bathroom. Like, I mean, she went to town.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
And then with my dad, I think I talked about this before. I actually helped him build the house he lives in now.
Yeah. So you guys, start from the beginning here. You guys built a house?
Yeah.
Like laid the foundation?
Yeah. Well,
Put up walls?
okay. So he bought a house. He lives in Bartonville, and he bought a house. And the house he bought was had a basement and everything like that. So we ripped the whole house down.
Mm-hmm.
We poured in a new basement, like extended the basement out from where it was, and then built a whole new house on top of it.
That's pretty incredible.
It was awesome. It was a really, really awesome experience.
I mean, how many people can say that they built their house? You hear the expression all the time, I built my house with my own two bare hands. You actually did.
I actually did.
You
yeah.
actually did. That's incredible. That's
pretty
incredible.
cool. It was pretty cool. Yeah, and he always, he always rented a house, and then I think he finally came time he wanted to buy, or he wanted to own his own home. So he was like, if I'm gonna own my own home, I want to build the house that I want.
Yeah. That's...
which is pretty awesome. And then, my mom she was always doing stuff around the house. Even the house that we lived in that she rented for a long time, he let her renovate it. So I remember her ripping the cabinets out and putting new ones in, and doing all kinds of stuff like that. So both of them have always been very like handyman, do it yourself. I'm not going to pay somebody unless I have to. I think that a lot of that stems from being, broke, quote unquote, I guess.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You're kind of forced to do it yourself.
You got to learn where you can cut corners.
Absolutely.
Not cut corners, but cut cost, I guess.
Absolutely, yeah. And my dad and my stepfather, my two dads, they're both very...
Isn't that a show?
It is. My two dads. Did they ever have a My Two Moms?
I don't know.
They should have. The moms need their own show.
That's
with
right.
Two of them in there. My dads are good with building. They'll build decks, and they'll build. They have out at their campground that they're at now. My mother and stepfather have a camper, and then a couple campers down, my father and my stepmother have a camper, and my father and stepfather have known each other for almost 30 years, past 30 years now. Best of friends, like brothers. My stepmom and my mom are best of friends. They are sisters. Okay, they just... My stepmother is not from around here, so she doesn't know a lot of people, and my mom took her under her wing and made, it's like a baby bird, just leading her along, making sure she's taken care of, making sure that Carol is, got what she needs. And but Carol is a very strong-willed woman. She doesn't she could take care of herself, though, I will say that. And Carol's another example of a DIY, a do-it-yourselfer. Carol is great with gardening, and that's a big DIY thing.
That's one thing I've never been very good
Landscaping?
at. Landscaping or gardening or anything like that.
Yeah.
Melissa claims she has a black tongue or a black thumb, so.
Does she have a black tongue, too?
No.
Kind of like she's in some, extreme hardcore metal band or something like that? Like the extreme version of Kiss?
Yep.
See, right now I'm doing the tongue, but if you're only listening, you can't see it.
That makes me uncomfortable.
Sorry. So anyway, a cool thing, kind of a cool thing, is my grandfather, Paul Belk. He also built his own house, and with his own two bare hands, and he lived on the same block his entire life. Yeah. Christopher Street.
I think you told me that, actually.
Yeah, Christopher Street in Pekin. He was born in a house on Christopher Street, and then there was an empty lot that was catty corner and down a couple of houses, and he ended up buying that lot and built his own house. So he lived on the same block his entire life.
Wow.
And
that's crazy.
He was in his 90s when he passed, and he he built his own house, and it was just kind of a cool thing. But he had this funny story where he said it's kind of a DIY story. They were building, I believe it was the church that my family used to go to, and the guys that church, my grandfather was young at the time, so they were building the church themselves. They didn't go out and hire a company, a big construction company, to come in. The guys got together and said, "We're going to build a church." So they got together and they built a church. They did it themselves. And so my grandfather was a little boy at the time, and they said, "Hey, Paul, we want you to run down to your uncle's house, and we want you to grab the block stretcher." And he goes, "The block stretcher, okay, all right." So he goes down to his uncle's house, and he says, "Hey, yeah, the guys sent me down here to get the block stretcher." And his uncle goes, "Oh, you know that they're just ribbing you, right? There's no such thing as a block stretcher." And he goes, "Oh, no, I know that. But while I'm here, they're back there doing all the work." So it was like, yeah, that was, yes, he's quick on his feet. That was very smart.
Yeah.
Young Paul. God rest his soul. He was quite a guy, but he was a do-it-yourselfer as well. So, yeah, it's just one of those things where as you grow up, you kind of learn things, and then you get out of school and you get your first apartment, and you learn some DIY things, and it's just you pick up things along your journey, so to speak.
Yeah.
So what's some stuff that you have picked up along your journeys from your dad? Just hold on. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's time for Dan's DIY. Do you want to say it? Corner. You want to? Okay. All right. 44 on the list here is put mini furniture.
You put that
slide-
camera back
Sorry,
on yourself for
what?
like 20 minutes?
Yeah. Okay. Put mini furniture sliders on the bottom of the flower pots to avoid scratches. Aaron, well, let's get your reaction on that.
Wow.
Yeah, that's. Make your rugs non-slip by adding a line of chalk on the bottom. So that little line of chalk will stop your rugs from moving.
That's amazing.
It's genius. You don't have to go get those strips that cost $10 for one little strip. You can just another little DIY thing that you can do is make your house smell fresh by warming a vanilla bean in water on the stove. Quit looking at me like that.
Amazing.
Protect your furniture from your cat's claws with aluminum foil.
I've actually done that.
You've done that?
Yeah.
DIY. And last but not least, get pet fur off of furniture with a squeegee.
Yeah, I have a squeegee.
So there we go. So there's some more fun DIY facts from Dan's DIY Corner.
Wow.
Next time I want you to do the whole.
I'm not going to.
So anyway, what's some stuff that you learned from your dad? I'm sorry.
Forgot my train of thought.
You were rudely interrupted. I'm sorry, but it was just the perfect time. It had to be right there, or else it wasn't going to work. So, did you learn anything from him? Here, I'll tell about something.
I learned how to build a house.
You learn how to build a house. I worked for a guy. His name was Al Dalmastro in Pekin, and Al was just owned a lot of property. My dad worked for him way back in the day, and Al owned apartments, owned houses, rental properties, and so he would have a lot of stuff that he would have to do. And he was an older guy. And I remember when I started in college, I had my college where I was just going on Tuesdays and Thursdays, squeezed all of my classes from morning till night. And the other days I would work. And I learned so much from that guy. I learned so much. I mean, you think of the wealth of knowledge that a guy like that
Yeah.
soaks in throughout his journeys, and it's like, you know, these old timers that have these methods of making things a lot easier, and some people make them so hard. And Al was like that, and he even taught me how to swing a hammer. I know you're thinking, Dan, come on.
There's a technique.
There is a technique.
is.
And he said, you know, you're gripping too high up. You got to get right there at the end, and you got to do a little flick of your wrist. He told me
true.
now I can swing a hammer like nobody's business.
It's true.
And you know, I think that was one of those moments where I felt like the heavens opened up and a ray of light shined down upon me. And so anyway, is there anything else we want to talk about you know, back in the day? They had a little bit harder. Let's talk about this. Nowadays we have the internet, right?
It's true.
And
You have the internet.
we can get on and find information lickety split. Back then, Aaron, what'd you have to do to get information?
My dad had a series of Time Life books,
Yes,
which
yes.
I have. They're
You
over
actually
there. I
do?
showed them to you.
Yes.
Yeah, they're over there. I've got them.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, he gave me a bunch of Time Life books, which is pretty awesome. And then there's I have a book called Duct Tape Can Fix Anything, I think, or something like that.
Yeah, yeah.
Which it can't. It can't.
Well,
It can't.
most things. Don't.
It's not waterproof.
Well,
That's
That-
flex tape.
that flex tape is though. Flex tape. It does, man. You can seal the bottom of a boat and just coast right over the water
true.
in that thing. It's
seen 'em do
it's
it.
amazing. It's amazing. At least that's what they claim on the commercial. But really, after the cameras cut, that guy sunk to the bottom of the lake,
That's true.
and he's still there.
Either that or that lake was like a foot deep.
Yeah,
What it
yeah.
was.
He just got out and just kind of walked. He had water shoes on. He just walked to his trailer. So anyway, yeah, back in the day, people would have to read a book, a Bob Vila book.
Ask for help.
Yeah, or watch a Bob Vila show. When I think do it yourself, I think Bob Vila.
I think what's the show? What's the show?
Tool Time?
No, that's Tim Allen.
Home Improvement?
That's Tim Allen.
The Santa Claus?
That's Tim Allen.
Okay, my bad.
This Old House.
Yes,
I love
Yes.
This Old House.
This Old House.
It's still on and I still watch it.
Yeah. Now, who was the host on that?
It was Bob Vila for a while, but now it's the younger guy that was always on there, and I can't remember his name now for the life of me. But it was all these dudes from like New England, East Coast area. They all had, you're gonna go in there and you're gonna fix up this gunner up here. This is how you do it. They all sound like Peter Griffin.
I was getting ready to say, is that Peter
That's
Griffin?
all of them.
Is
Every single one of them
is
sound like
Peter
that.
Griffin from Family
Norm.
Guy.
It's Norm Abrams. Bob Vila was on there.
Yeah.
And then just a bunch of dudes from New England that were all carpenters or or contractors or whatever.
Yep.
And I love that show.
Yeah. This Old House, and the other way that you would have to get information, books,
Yep.
TV,
Ask somebody.
and then ask somebody. You'd have to call somebody up or go to somebody's house or have them come over to your house, and you'd have to get face to face with them. And you'd have to say, "Hey, I need you right now.
Talk to someone.
I need you more than ever." Yeah, you'd have to actually. I know it's like I feel awkward just sitting a foot and a half away from you,
I know.
but that's okay. No, it was just a completely different era. You had to search for information to get the information. So that's why I think a lot of the DIY stuff that we have now was born out of dads and guys.
It's true.
Just having to come up with this stuff back in the day. And now it's been passed down from generation to generation. And now we have this knowledge that we can pass down to our kids, which takes us back to the future. Yeah, the big date tonight. I'm ready to go. Hair's looking good. Teeth are brushed. Oh, wait. No. Hey, Aaron?
Yeah.
Hey, come here for a second.
What's up?
Look,
Oh my goodness.
I know.
Lord.
I know. What am I going to do?
Dan,
Yeah,
did you forget that Smooth My Balls is one of our sponsors?
I forgot all about it.
Here, let me help.
Okay. Oh.
Get that?
Okay. Yeah. Oh, wow. That's.
Can you lift that?
I can't. Yeah. Hold on. Okay. Yeah. It's kind of nice.
Voila.
Aaron, you are the best. Smooth My Balls really is the greatest male grooming product on the planet.
That's right. If you go to smoothmyballs.com, you can get up to $10 off. Use code NotHalfDad.
Thanks, Smooth My Balls.
There's no time like the present!
Let's see how Dan, Aaron, and Dads do things nowadays.
All right, Aaron. We are going to see how dads do things. Oh, before we do,
I knew you were going to do that.
just hold on. It's my favorite part. It's time for. It would make me so happy. It's time for Dan's DIY Corner.
Not doing it.
I'm gonna before the end of the show. I'm gonna get you to do it.
No.
Okay. Line the edges of a caulked area with painter's tape.
Yep.
Aaron, are you know this is stuff that you can use. Don't get on your phone.
I already do that.
Remove excess paint from your brush with a rubber band. That is kind of cool.
I don't do that.
That's smart. That gets all of that paint out of there. Just sucks it right out of it's like those things where you see the watermelon and the people put rubber bands around it and they keep putting more rubber bands until it blows the watermelon up.
Yeah, I've seen that.
It's kind of like that, but it's a paintbrush. Use mason jars to store excess paint.
I do that.
You do that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's smart. That's smart. I've never really thought about doing that because you get listen, any dad out there would know. After a while of hammering down that paint lid on that paint can, it's not going to stick anymore.
That's why I get Dutch Boy.
Yeah, it's the plastic.
It's the screw-on
It's the
cap.
screw-on
It's nice.
cap, and then they've got also a plastic can now that's still got the aluminum top, but it's a lot easier to put on.
Yeah.
Keep nails accessible by adding some magnet tape to your hammer handle. Now, see, I'm a little sketchy about that one because every time you swing that hammer, I feel like you're going to have nails flying off in different directions, and it could get pretty dangerous. Put an eye out or 3 eyes. Put down masking tape before nailing into plaster walls.
What'd you nail into a plaster wall?
Well, to hang something up. You know? Of course, the stud is going to be behind it.
Just like nailing into drywall. Why would anyone do that?
You're going to look for the stud, and you're going to nail into the
Stud's
stud.
right here.
Yeah. Oh, bad. We're just going to go ahead and there we go. So, no, they want you to do that. That way you're not taking a big piece of it off of there. That makes sense?
Yeah.
I feel like you're not liking my DIY.
No, they're good.
I feel like you want it to be DIE. You just want me to. Anyway, okay. As we were. Sorry.
Oh, jeez.
I know. That's how I feel. That's how I feel right now. That's how I feel. Bob, no, just. I'll take care of him later. We'll have a talk. You don't have to. Bob started getting up out of his seat.
Man, he's all right.
Settle down, Bob.
I
am
am
bigger
bigger than you. I don't
Yeah. You know we're ribbing. each other.
Frail.
We're just, yeah, he is pretty. Have you been eating plenty? Okay. All right. Anyway, so now we're dads.
We are?
We are dads,
Oh, my
man.
God.
I swear.
No one told me.
I swear we are. And you know what? It's one of those things where we've got houses, we've got pets, we've got significant others, we've got a lot of stuff we've got to take care of.
Yeah.
It seems like every day something breaks down. It seems like every day something. I know, right?
Telling you what, man.
It's like you got to use some of your DIY skills every single day. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And so what is something that you is kind of your go-to? What is something that you you know, have tried to pass down to the girls as far as do it yourself, home maintenance, stuff around the house?
Nothing really home maintenance wise. I think I'm really crafty. Obviously, I mean, like I build, cosplay, and I build tables, like this whole desk I built. And I try to, I'm trying to instill some of that craftiness in the kids. I actually built I don't know if you saw it when you came in, above the stairwell. There used to just be a big open spot there.
You now have a beautiful picture gallery. It looks like a gallery, man.
Yeah.
You did that?
Yeah, so all the paintings Alyssa did, all the canvas paintings, but then above the stairs on the wall, I found an old window, and then I cleaned it up a little bit, and then I painted the backs of the glass with some gold mirror paint, and then I mounted it up to the wall, and I put in some hooks and some string, and we got pictures hanging up there and stuff like that.
I think you deserve.
Thank you.
That is an amazing. And have I ever done anything like that? No, I haven't. No, Dan. I don't have steady hands. So no, it looked incredible.
Oh, thank you.
It looked
Thanks.
incredible, and there were some great pictures of the family on there.
I try to instill a craftiness. The girls are getting ready to do some sort of they want to do a play with their friends, and Lola wants to they're doing a 3 Little Pigs thing, and they want to make felt ears or something like that. So I was like, I will teach you how to do craftiness.
Yeah. Well, that's very cool.
Yeah.
That's one thing that I found online was they were talking about different do-it-yourself things that you can teach your kids, and one of the big ones was when you have a project going on around the house, and that's what I try to do with Parker and Rico.
Yeah.
Is I'm remodeling the basement. And they come down and say, "Dad, what are you doing down there?" And I say, "Well, I'm just." Papa and I are hanging this drywall, or we're doing some electrical work, and it's always funny when you're doing the electrical work and they're sitting there watching you. The reason they're sitting there watching you is because you had to turn off the power in the house, and now their electronics don't work.
They're like, the internet's out.
Yeah. So now they have to come to you and sit there and wait, and they're just going, okay. Oh, yeah, I see how that works. Yeah. So is it going to turn back on now? No, I'm just starting the project, man. Well, okay, all right. You can see them starting to bite their nails a little bit.
long?
Yeah, so that Wi-Fi is going to be back here pretty soon. You got any hot spots that you can maybe hook me up with? It's like a crack addict. They're just starting to. Yeah. So you got to starting to itch. You're starting to see them kind of do one of these, and it's like, son, the Wi-Fi's been out for like 10 minutes.
Internet's a hell of a drug.
It really is. But they come along for the projects, and I like to show them what we're doing, and that's what my dad used to do to me. As he's doing something, he'd run through all the steps with me. Yeah. And you got to do this, and then you take this over here and you do this, and that's how I learned, man, step by step. So, Aaron, you getting tired?
It's late again.
You getting tired?
It's late. So since we moved into a house that's relatively newer, and it's all they were completely remodeled it before we moved here, the previous owners. So I don't have to do much.
It's a beautiful house.
Nice.
It's very well
really
put together.
Nice.
Yeah. You guys picked a good one.
The old house, however, was built in the 30s. and there was a lot of stuff that needed to be done there constantly.
Yeah.
And flooding in the basement, and hot water heater going out, and all that kind of stuff. And I try to fix as much of that stuff as I could before I had to hire somebody. But I'm not a certified contractor or plumber or anything like that.
And you don't claim to be.
No.
You don't play one on TV.
No.
Yeah, remember that?
Not in America.
No, not in America. Germany, you are huge.
Du bist ein Kaufenhausen.
Yeah. That was really good.
Thanks.
That was really good.
Thank
Wow.
you. Thank you.
Holy moly. That gave me chills. That's acting at its finest. And then you had that 12-foot branch, and it was down in your front yard, and I DIY'd that.
Yeah, you did. You
You want to tell that story?
cut the branch up.
But how fast did I cut that branch
I
up?
literally went inside, and I came out, and you had already broken it down. I was so confused.
You were like, yeah, we need to get a chainsaw, and we'll come back. We'll just come back over some other time, and we'll chainsaw it down, and I was like, okay.
I didn't even know I had that saw in the garage that you used. I had no idea.
And then this. We're talking thick. It was,
Yeah, it was big.
It was thick.
It was big.
And you go inside, and you're in there for a minute and a half, 2 minutes, and I've already got it cut down and halfway chopped up, and it's like, okay,
It's true.
I did it myself.
It's true.
So, that house had a lot of, but you learned a lot of stuff
Oh yeah.
from doing that. When you got a fixer upper house, or you've got a house that you got to fix up as you're getting ready to move, you learn a lot of things. You learn a lot of stuff about, ways to kind of cut corners and stuff like that, which kind of brings me to my next point, and that is, no, just, I'm expecting you to say it this time. Nothing?
Dan's DIY corner.
Oh, you did. That made my day. You're the man. Hold on here. You deserve one of these. Yes. See? Little effort, you get a standing ovation for it. Yeah, put those headphones back on. You deserve it.
Why is this light so damn bright?
I don't know. It's just
This is Bob's fault.
Bob needs to. Yeah. You're the lighting guy too, and Aaron looks like he's sitting on the sun. All right, 34.
Sitting in front of the sun.
Hang
My sunglasses. Jesus.
hang a painting on a hinge to conceal an unsightly alarm system. Ooh, I like that. So you kind of disguise some of these thermostats nowadays. They actually look like art because they're digital and they look real cool. And they do little things on them. But back in the day, where they just big clunky boxes on the wall, and slap a painting over it, something like that. That is pretty cool. Use a foam noodle to prevent dings in your car door. So you put the noodle. I'm assuming. Well, let's see what they say. Few things are worse than opening your car door straight into the wall of a garage. The good news is there's an easy fix. If you happen to have an old pool noodle lying around, you can cut it in half and attach it to the garage wall, making it a sure lineup with the height of your door handle. That way, if you accidentally open the door too far, it'll hit the noodle instead of the hard wall. I've dinged a few doors in my day on garage walls.
I don't park in the garage. So.
Yeah, well,
It's full of treasures.
Yeah, it is. Treasures and beautiful things. This is your man space, though. This is your dad zone, and
I don't like the term.
I didn't say it.
Man cave.
I
know you didn't say it, but I don't like
because
that
I
term.
know you hate that.
I hate that term, man cave.
I know you do. And
Gotta have my man cave. I'm like,
yeah. Well,
I have a workshop. I don't have a man cave.
that's why I called it your man space.
I think that's much better.
I think I should have just said man cave. Keep your door from hitting the wall by covering the knob with a tennis ball. That's kind of the same thing. I do like whenever people will hang a tennis ball or hang a ball down in the
that's kinda
front. And when you're pulling the car up, so you don't hit the grill, the front of the car,
Yeah.
the bumper on the concrete wall or the wall in the back of the garage, you hang a ball, and when it hits your window, that's when you know when to stop.
Jerry used sandbags.
Sandbags, like he would stack sandbags up, and when he
Like
hit the
he
sandbags,
would have Sheila, my mother-in-law, Sheila, pull her car into the garage, and then he put the sandbags where the two front tires were. So then when you pulled in, you couldn't go any further. You just would stop.
That's genius.
I know, it's pretty smart.
That is genius. Well, I wonder if Jerry knew this. You can prevent doors from locking with a rubber band. Organize pots and pan lids with a magazine rack. I think they already used a magazine rack. They're going back to the magazine rack. Well,
I have a I don't know if you guys can see it. Magazine rack right.
yeah, and you're using it for
I have all my different printer paper and
so
sticker
see?
paper and vinyls and decals. and
Look
all
at
stuff
that.
in there.
Look at that. So I came in handy for you.
I had that.
My
ago.
stuff actually worked. This is
It
fantastic.
was like a month ago.
I feel accomplished right now. I think you could say accomplished. I feel useful. Like this whole thing was worth it. I think that we just need to.
You were
Yes.
really using that cheers button.
I was meaning to hit this one. Okay, we've got a couple more here. I'll spare. Okay, I'll spare you. This is our time to talk about our kids. Do you think our kids have picked up any of our DIY stuff along our journeys? Have you ever seen the girls do something that you had taught them?
Hell no. No. They don't do anything around the house.
Okay.
Like,
all
can you
right.
pick up your room? No.
No, I can't do that.
No.
No. Like, okay, how about
You can't even hang up their towel when they're done showering.
like art stuff, painting, or
They're pretty artsy.
yeah, they're pretty. They've got some fine artwork upstairs.
Those are all mine.
Them.
We don't display their artwork.
Yeah. Well, them and I and them. We did a little art contest the other day.
Oh, yeah.
We drew superheroes, and they kicked my rear end.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
I was like, "What the fudge?
Oh,
What the fudge?" I
come
was like,
on.
"Girl, no.
Come on, man.
Nope. You're not gonna get it. You're not. That was close though. That was maybe the closest yet.
I'll get you there.
I would have felt really bad if I would have, because I don't drop the F-bomb.
You would have done it. You're going to do it.
I'm not gonna do it.
Yeah, you are.
I'm gonna I'm gonna find a stipulation. That's how confident I am, and I'm gonna say I will never say the F word, the big granddaddy of them all, on this show. I don't care if we're on for another 20 years. Okay. I'm not saying it. Not saying it.
Fudge.
Greatest Christmas movie right next to Christmas Vacation.
Oh, yeah.
It's a good one. Yeah.
good.
So teach your kids some stuff. Pass along that knowledge that you got from your dad, and you can get yourself a little helper out of the deal. And like I said,
They do help me. They will help me, though. Like, I'll be like, hey, can you hand me that screwdriver or whatever? If I
Yeah.
need to.
Yeah, no, that's really not you DIYing it. You're having somebody else
Handing me the tools while I do all the work.
do it for you. So DIFY. That's Aaron's DIFY. Okay, all right. I think it's time for us to throw some stuff at the audience, shall we?
I need somebody.
You've got mail.
And now, a word from our audience.
Yes, indeed. A word from our audience. Aaron, you see, you play around. You play around. You're trying
Sorry.
to do a practical joke, and then we come back on. I should have just muted your mic. You're fixing
should
your
have,
mic,
but
on
you
there.
didn't.
That's all right. That's all right. You're sounding crystal clear right now. So whatever you did was awesome. We have got
Yes.
some fun little tips. But before we get to this, I just want to say we did not have Dad live yesterday.
Yeah.
Second time,
Yep.
and got some great feedback.
Mm-hmm.
We had some fun with it. If you get a chance, it's bi-weekly. We just did it yesterday. What was the date yesterday? 27th. So we're going to be back on Not Half Dad Live coming up on July.
I have it written down. Hold on.
Yes, no, get out that Not Half Dad book. It's coming up on July.
I didn't write it down. I wrote down something else.
Oh my God! All that time was wasted right there, and you didn't even have the date. You could have just opened the calendar on the computer.
I know.
Aaron.
That's what I'm doing right now.
Okay, my gosh.
The 11th.
The 11th.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, that took a long time for us to get that.
Sorry.
We should have known that.
I'm so sorry.
I just feel so unprofessional right now.
I'm a big old failure.
No, you're not. No, you're not. It happens to all the best of us.
You know what my dad always said?
Huh.
If you want something done right, you got to do it yourself.
Oh, well done. Well done. That's excellent. So yeah, we got some good feedback. We had a lot of fun, good interaction. We have been enjoying the heck out of doing the Not Half Dad Live.
Yeah.
And if you haven't seen it yet, check it out because it's us. We just pick one little thing that we're going to talk about, one topic. You know, we're not going to stretch it out over, how dads did it back in the day and all that stuff. We're just going to have one little thing that we grab and we are going to tear it apart. We are going to talk about it from every angle. We're going to give our opinions. It's going to be raw. We're going to talk about how much we enjoy it, how much we hate it, whatever.
Yep.
Anything could come out. Watching Not Half Dad Live may be where I slip up and actually say the F word. So that's why you should, because I can't edit it out later if I do say it, because it's live on YouTube. Just go to youtube.com/Not Half Dad, I believe is the handle. Something like that. Just go to YouTube and type in Not Half Dad.
Or if you want to know when you can get those,
Yeah? You got something set up?
you can subscribe. Click that bell icon to get those notifications every time we go live or post a new video just like this one.
That is fantastic. You are getting fancy with this stuff.
You like that?
You were getting How
like
long?
that?
How long did it take you to do that?
About 35 seconds.
Okay. Yep. Mhm. This could be a top 10 list. Mhm. I got it this time. I got it. Welcome to Dan's DIY. I bet people just hate that. Okay. I'm going to give you a top 10 list of some pretty
I know I do.
cool.
Right? Am I right,
Yeah,
folks?
you're right. You're right. I'm going to give you a pretty cool. I'm going to run through these quickly because these, I think there've been some helpful ones. Yes, that's a nice. You got a good one there. Top 10 list, DIY. Okay, and these are. I've been joking around the whole show. All right, throwing out every once in a while. I'll throw out a couple of good ones, and then I'll throw out a little zinger that's really not very helpful. That's been the running joke.
I thought they were all not helpful.
But then I look back at your magazine rack full of useful things, and I think to myself,
I did that over a month ago.
So
Don't give me that
anyway,
baloney.
Number 10, you can use clean your HVAC vent registers in the dishwasher. Oh. Okay. Or you can use it to get your services streak-free. Okay. Use vinegar to get odors out of your microwave. That is a good one. Use cooking oil to get rid of sticky label residue. That also is a good one.
Use what?
Use cooking oil. And that's...
I use Gugon.
Yeah, but if you don't have any Gugon, what? Everybody always has cooking oil, right? I mean, that's a good go-to. Sorry, I'm having to search for these through the different ads. If you want to check this out yourself too, it's on. It's a little app called bestlifeonline.com.
We'll link to it down in the description.
Yeah, and there's 50 of these. So use a hair dryer to get crayon marks off the wall. Very useful. We're gonna wrap it up here with just a couple more. Get on. You can get candle wax out of carpet with a steam iron.
That's true. I've done that.
Yeah, I have had a couple of candle incidents in my life where I've knocked over a candle with my foot. You know, you have the mood. You're setting the mood. You're lighting the candles up, and you're saying,
"Where's that sexy music?"
All
when you need
right.
it?
It's like, you're talking about this
No.
one? Is it
No.
this sexy music?
No.
No? Okay. You're saying, hey, okay, we're gonna have a little fun now. I'm gonna light some candles. I'm gonna put on some Marvin Gaye or some
We can't put that on.
Michael Bublé,
Can't put that on either.
and we're gonna. Are you looking for sexy music right now?
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna be done by the time you get it.
Yeah.
So
probably.
it doesn't really matter. That's okay. That's okay. So anyway, then you knock over the candle. That was the end of my little joke there. I feel like that fell flat. Anyway. Oh yeah. Oh, I take it back. Now we're getting serious. Grab that candle. And light it. No, don't light it. Don't light it. You don't want to light that kind of candle. You can remove candle wax from furniture with ice cubes, Aaron. Remove small scratches in furniture with toothpaste. We've got 3 more. The top 3 DIY hacks to make your life just a little bit easier. Number 3, use essential oils to polish furniture. That is good, and it will smell fantastic. Use coffee grounds as degreaser. Now, that I can get behind. Coffee is a miracle. Not only does it wake you up in the morning, but you can actually use the coffee grounds for useful stuff. Number 1, you can unclog a stuck drain with coffee. We here at Not Half Dad promise that we do not endorse putting coffee grounds down any drains because I don't think that that's going to work.
Did it say coffee grounds or did it say coffee?
It says unclog stuck drains with coffee. I just feel like that's a bad idea. If you got a clog,
Well, I don't know. I don't know. Hold on, wait.
Bigger clog.
You got to think about it this way. Every time I have coffee in the morning, it unclogs my drains.
That's a good point. And you're in there for a good 20, 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Taking care of business. Yeah, well, that's...
Got it unclogged.
Absolutely. So that is vile.
Gross.
First of all, you're vile.
I know.
Vile dad. But we hopefully some of those tips, like I said, some were just to have a little fun, but hopefully some of those come in handy for you. And Aaron, I've got a little fatherly advice.
Let's hear it, Dan.
Okay, a little fatherly advice. Try to pass along any knowledge that you have to the younger generation, the DIYs that you may have accumulated over your lifetime. Pass them on because stuff can get lost over the years, and I think it's important to make life as easy as you can make it. So keep those traditions, keep those trends, keep those DIYs going down the generation rabbit hole, because the internet may make stuff easier, but the internet's not going to fix your sink. The internet's not going to tell you to put a paper clip at the end of duct tape so you can get the duct tape out, or use magazine racks for stuff. You got any jokes for us?
Yeah,
Aaron?
Dan, you want to hear a joke about DIY?
Okay, yes, I do.
I'm still working on it.
Okay. On that note, I have to salute you, my friend. Well played. It was a lot of fun. This is our first time. Bear with us. First time live on camera that it won't be live for you. But first time recording it. How do you think we did?
I think we did all right.
Good. Well, we had fun with it. We hope you had a lot of fun too. And Aaron, why don't you go ahead and take us out, huh?
If you want to send us an email, tell us a story, or give us some feedback, you can do that at nothalfdadpod@gmail.com. If you want to find us on social media, we are at nothalfdadpod on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. If you want some more information, including show notes, resources, and other information, visit nothalfdad.com. We are going to be at the PeoriaCon on October 2nd from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. at the Expo Gardens here in Peoria. So come on by and say hi. Our shirts are available on our merch store, which is listed down in the description. And I just want to thank everybody for joining us this week. And we hope you enjoyed the episode. If you did, make sure you give us a like, a share. And if you're listening on Apple Podcasts, please give us a 5-star review. It really does help out the show. Please join us next week for another episode of the Not Half Dad Podcast.
Keep it real, homies.